Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Merlin's Magic. I hope you've been enjoying the content I've been putting out lately, and I'm sure you like this vlog as well. I've got a very interesting vlog. This is my experience that I had over a period of 1 week traveling thousands of kilometers in North India. So if you think about North India, I'm a South Indian girl. So we as a group of 4 girls had traveled alone from Bangalore to North India, and this vlog basically talks about all the food that we ate there, the places that we visited, the fields, and of course the selfies that we took, the treks that we had, and the wonderful friendship that we had bonded over. So you just sit back and relax, because this is going to be a really long vlog, and I'm talking about our experiences across from Delhi to Bathinda, traveling all the way to Ludhiana, and then we had gone to Solan in Himachal Pradesh, and then come back to Delhi, gone to another short trip to Faridabad. So we were all over the place in that 1 week, and this vlog entails everything, our experience in a nutshell. So I hope you like this vlog, and if you like this, please do subscribe and look out and comment below. And what do you think? What is my profession? What do you think I work as? Let's get started. So here, this is me casually strolling into the Bangalore International Airport. I was not late for my flight, so I was quite early. It was an afternoon flight. We were expected to take off at around 2:30 and reach Delhi by close to 6 o'clock. And here's me just walking inside, waiting for my friends to arrive. We did the web check-in, and then we got on to the bus, which takes us to the aeroplane. All through this journey, I'm a little scared about flying, so I was just worrying about how the flight would be, and if there would be any impending doom that I should worry about. But all went well. Our flight took off and landed on time, and we landed at the Delhi airport. I don't have video shots of the Delhi airport inside the airport, but here is a nice selfie that we took. Asked a stranger to capture the beautiful background that we saw there. It was about the mudras, if you know about dance, the mudras. And here is a shot about the India Gate. It is beautifully lit in the night. We had to pass through the India Gate as we were going towards our hotel. Our hotel was in Ghaziabad. It was the Lemon Tree Hotel at Ghaziabad. Fairly nice and decent stay. I was sharing a room with my friend, and there were a couple of other people who were sharing rooms besides us. We were a group of 4 who have come here, and unfortunately that night, since we were staying at a hotel which also was close to a mall, we had a lot of disturbance, so I didn't end up sleeping in this room. We had to shift the room to another room, because the mall upstairs, there was a lot of work going on. This is the next day. I'm all set for work. This was my attire for the first day. And of course, before we got started, we had our morning breakfast and clicked some nice selfies, because the Lemon Tree Hotel has nice antique pieces on the corridors. Clicked some, and this was, we met some people in the factories and talked to them. This was part of the work. I'm not going to show a lot of what I did, but I would like to get your opinion or guesses about what I do for my living. But here it is on the way to work, while I was waiting for my other friends, me and my friend. We took a nice walk in this park. It's a fairly large park, so we took a couple of walks, and then once our friends were ready, it was us off to Bathinda. And this is on the way to Bathinda. We stopped at a nice haveli, and mind you, for all my South Indian friends,
The Haveli is like our Anand Bhavan or A2B, and but it's in a much grander style. There were so many Havelis across the highway that we went, and it's a wonderful, authentic North Indian food that you get to eat there. These are just some shots about our travel. We all four of us traveled in an Innova car, and some recordings of that. We went in November, so the grasses were not really that green, but there were fields and fields all around. This is a picture of us standing in one of these dry fields. We took some selfies, clicked some photos, asked our driver to click some photos of us. It was a nice, memorable experience. This is us the next day. It was in a factory in Bathinda road again, and here is an interesting photo that I took of three bearded Punjabi Sikhs who were just almost posing on the roads. And finally we reached Ludhiana at night. We were so tired. It was not so distant, Bathinda to Ludhiana, but still we were quite tired from the activities of the day, so we didn't want to step out of our hotel. We had dinner in the rooftop bar cum restaurant. It was called Martini in the Clouds. It was excellent ambience and lighting, and they were screening some songs, and the food was amazing as well. So we enjoyed ourselves. Us four girls got dressed up for the night, and we had a wonderful rooftop dinner. So we had everything from starters and soup to nice mocktail. I think it was the travel or the tiredness. We ate and enjoyed everything on our plate, and it was a nice small treat that we gave ourselves that night. Here you can see some of the yummy food that we had that night. Before I forget to mention, we were staying at the Maharaja Regency in Ludhiana, and we stay at every hotel. We were staying just for the night, and we were checking out the next day. So before checking out, we just took some quick selfies, and of course this was a Punjabi doorman, and he was so elaborately dressed that we had to take a selfie with him. And then we were on the road to our workplace. We went to the factories again and did some sessions there. And after that, you guessed it right, we were again back on the roads. On our travel, we clicked some more photos, and by now we were done with fields, and we were almost experiencing deja vu. While stuck at a railway crossing, we were intrigued by this unique food item. It was some spicy tapioca-like thing. Tasted really good, and we all indulged in it. But any of my North Indian friends can let me know what it is called, because we absolutely have no clue what it is. And here we are again on the road. You guessed it right. We are traveling all the way from Ludhiana to Sholan. It was a long drive of 6 hours, and we were so tired when we finally reached Sholan. And Sholan was so very cold once we reached there. And here are some shots of the hotel that we stayed at in Sholan. It is a very nice and quaint little place, and it was quite dark when we reached there, but by then we were all famished and really hungry. So we quickly got changed and went downstairs to have a look outside. And mind you, I think it was close to 5 degrees Celsius or even lower in
Sholan that night, and it was pretty cold. And coming from Bangalore, we usually experience a pleasant weather of not less than 10 degrees Celsius, so it was pretty cold for us that night. And we got to explore the hotel a bit, and it was almost like we had the place to ourselves. There was no one outside. There was a small stream running by the hotel boundaries. We clicked a lot of selfies here, took a lot of photos here, and actually ordered non-veg food because we were craving for non-vegetarian food. And I don't have shots of the food because once the food arrived, everything was put on the back burner, and we all just were focused upon eating. But here we are enjoying ourselves, enjoying the night, the cold night, and it was amazing experience. That we had one of the best bonding experience that night, and all this time in the out actually made all of us quite sick, and we all had running nose that day, but it was all worth it. The cold was superb, and we enjoyed the night and slept like a baby. Well, the next day was again work, but look at the view, guys. We woke up to this view. This is a prayer room in a hotel, and it is for meditation, and here is the view from there. It is so beautiful, surrounded by hills and greenery. It was a sight to behold, and we took our time the next day, and we decided that we are not going to go straight to the factories. We are going to explore Kasoli a bit. So we were staying in Kasoli, whereas we had to go to Solan for work, and we decided to stay back in Kasoli for a little while longer. We wanted to explore the place before going all the way till Solan, which was 3 hours, not 3 hours, I think 30 kilometers away. So what we did is we woke up early in the morning and went on a trail. It's a nice trail. It was around 2-kilometer trail, which was called as the Gilbert's Trail. And this was a very good decision that we took. We had the coffee at the start of the trail and took some wonderful photographs and selfies there, and then headed off for the trail. Here you can see us posing, and look at the backdrop, guys. Such beauty, nature at its best. Any photo that we clicked there came out beautiful. By this time, I think because of the travel and the constant speaking and the weather, of course, I was completely down with cold and I could not speak at all. My voice was out. So this was the entire trail was done in silence by me. But look at the beauty all around. It was worth waking up in the morning, and I highly recommend people visiting Kasoli to go on this Gilbert's Trail. It's just I think 2-kilometer walk, and the pathways are drawn up. We clicked a lot of selfies there. Again, there is a viewpoint where we can click photographs, and it was just overall beautiful. We did not go before sunrise. That was one thing. Probably you can go before sunrise. We got a bit lost in the trail. We were so excited that we continued walking despite the trail ending, but then we got our way back.
As we were walking down the trail, we saw the Central Research Institute. It was there in Kasoli, so as public health students we couldn't but stop and take photographs there. And then this is us goofing around. At the start of the trail we were back down, and it was around 6,000 feet above ground. We were waiting for our vehicle and just overall soaking up the sun and looking at nature at its best.
After the walk, we were quite tired, so we headed to a Maggie place and had this wonderful combination of hot Maggie with hot chocolate drink, and it was the yummiest breakfast that we had had the entire trip, and it was wonderful. It was just amazing. And then we just shopped a little bit in the streets, that is Mall Road of Kasoli, and we headed back for work. We went to our factory for our sessions. So this ended our trip to Kasoli, and we were getting back to Delhi the evening of that day. So this is us at the factory giving some sessions. After that, it was time to head back to Delhi because we had to catch a flight there the next day. And this is on our way. We stopped at Dharmendra's restaurant. It was so crowded and such lively place. And then we headed to Haldiram's for a nice snack. Once we reached in Delhi, we were not in the mood for dinner, so we had good snacks at Haldiram's. And then some shopping at Janpat. We bought a lot of small gifts for our friends back home and crashed for the night. So the next day we were traveling back to Bangalore. These are some scenes from our shopping. This is in our hotel the next day, and this was the last day. We headed down to the barista at the hotel and had a nice cup of coffee and checked out, and wanted to get back to our home because by now it had been one whole week away from home. And this is us disappointed because we missed our flight. After all this, we actually missed our flight, and that was too sad, but what to do, life goes on. This time that I had to wish my friend a happy anniversary, I actually shot it in the airport restroom, and then finally we boarded the flight after a layover of almost 8 hours. So that's it, guys. Tell me, how did you like the vlog, and do subscribe for more content. Bye.